Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pink Sock Podcast, episode 8. I hope you guys enjoyed that new introduction, and I'm being joined today by the pianist of the whorehouse himself, Tony.
What's up, everybody?
How did you like that intro?
That's pretty good. It was really laggy on my end. Like the music, the audio was playing really good, but like everything else was like glitchy.
I'm working on it. It's
a work in progress.
It's live, folks. Anything can happen. Which, speaking of,
that might have just been my computer, though. I don't know.
It might have been. We were supposed to have a guest today, but shit happens when you're live. Adam will not be here with us today, but I am trying to bring him back on another day.
Rescheduled, yeah.
And we got a hello from the Acid Trip Massacre Band. How you doing, brother? Welcome to Pink Sock Podcast. So, how was your 4th?
That's pretty good, man. Barbecued all day and then shot fireworks like Americans.
I ate so much that I'm still tired.
It's pretty bad. We went camping that night too, so like we slept on the ground, and everybody thought it was a good idea to put our tents on the side of a hill. So we were constantly fighting ourselves to stay up inside the tent the whole night.
Good job.
Fun times.
Well,
Good times.
I was dumb because I woke up full of shit, and then I had supper, and my supper was the same thing I ate last night.
Oh, God.
A lot of beans, so there's going to be a lot of gas in my future. So you let off fireworks. Did you get the grounds for divorce like you said you was going to?
All right, so I got a story to this. Me and Dave went up to the Harley dealer, as I told you, and we signed up for that riding academy they got.
Uh-huh.
And I was looking for a Phantom fireworks. The only one I knew of was the one over in Canton, and that's like an hour and 20 minutes from Youngstown, right? So I looked it up in Google, found one in Youngstown, an actual warehouse type one, not a tent. And so it was like 3 miles away. So we drove over there, wait in line. I'm asking the dude in line, and be like, "Hey man, you got any of those grounds for divorce like assortments?" He's like, "Yeah, we got a bunch of them in there." I'm like, okay, cool, because that's legit, like what I'm here for. Just that, I'm good. Get inside. You got to sign a waiver to go inside because of COVID-19 and like the maximum occupancy, and you got to wear a mask, which is fine because I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
And we get in there. There's none there.
They lied.
Not one. Yeah. Well, I mean, like they opened earlier that day, and they were like, "Oh, here's a good idea. Let's have a buy one get one free on the entire store."
What the fuck?
Yeah. So there's probably a bunch of people that got 2 of those bad boys. Or 4, if you really wanted to do that math.
That's a hell of a deal with 4 of them.
Yeah. That's a truckload.
Like shit. So what did you end up doing?
Just made the best of it and just bought a bunch of other big shit. So
where was you at?
It was really good. Down at my father-in-law Rick's house.
Not too
down in Jacobsburg.
Because I was going to say, if you was home, if you go over to Quaker City, they have a fireworks place that's open all year round.
Yeah, my supervisor is the one that works on that one.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he got licensed by the fire department. Went up there and did that.
My neighbor did fireworks, and he had a good bit of them. He did a really good job. And then my neighbor right behind us kept letting off his fucking cannon. He created a cannon. Right. He took gunpowder and shit. And I heard, boom. I'm like, damn. Hopefully none of our neighbors have PTSD or anything. Jesus.
Dude, we had a bunch of 5-inch mortars that was making our fireworks stand fall over.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was pretty loud too.
Damn. I like how you're self-promoting over there with your Psalms of Silence shirt.
Hey, I like my band. Thank you.
If you like the song in the beginning, it's his band Psalms of Silence. Go check them out on everything streaming. They're even on things that we're not on.
We're pretty mediocre.
So I got a question. Since I am wearing my Twins of Evil shirt, what was the worst concert you've seen? Like the worst musician? I don't think I've asked that on here yet for you.
The worst?
Yeah. The worst live band you've seen.
I probably have to go with Deaf Heaven. And that's not anything to do with the band on I personally don't like them level, but like it was Power Trip that opened, and I didn't even know who they were, and they kick ass. And then it was Deaf Heaven, and then it was Anthrax and Lamb of God. So like they came on, and it just didn't fit the bill. The bass player's rig blew up like mid first song. It was just a really bad set. So like I'd give him a second shot, but like that was a really bad go of it.
What's bad is like the least favorite concerts I've been to, actually, I enjoy the bands. It's not that I don't enjoy the bands. It's that they can't really put on the show they used to. Like I've seen Marilyn Manson and he can't do it anymore. Nothing against him, but and Motley Crue. Like I like
the thing about Manson is like he just doesn't even put off the vibe that he cares anymore. That's the problem.
Right. Same with Motley Crue. They both can be said that they just put out the vibes they don't care.
Yeah. That's like I've never sat through an entire Avenged Sevenfold set. No offense to them dudes, but like I just never they just throw off a vibe like they don't really want to be there. They're
right.
Like they just go through the motions and play the tunes and then they're out.
You got a new fan, I guess, down there.
Oh, right on. Cool, man.
Go check it out. But yeah, Avenged did that for me too at Rock on the Range. Like anytime I say a band isn't that great live, it's not really me ragging on them. I mean, negative people need to be able to take their criticism.
yeah. Like I said about Deaf Heaven, it's not like I don't like them. I mean, they're not my cup of tea, but I'm not going to say that they're wrong for playing what they do. I'm just saying they had a really rough go of it, and the other three bands went flawlessly. So it was kind of like, ugh.
Right. Like, I've never seen Death Haven live. Is it Haven or Heaven?
Deaf Heaven, I think. But, like, basically they play black metal in a major key, so it sounds happy.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's different.
So I think I have a name for a new podcast, Blue Waffle.
Oh, God.
Did you ever look up Blue Waffle, though, on Urban Dictionary?
No. And I will never look that up.
It says, Blue Waffle, don't fucking look it up. Just don't.
Just don't.
You think pink sock is bad? Go look at a blue waffle. That isn't very like breakfasty. No. So other than blowing shit up, what all did you eat for the 4th? You
have ribs, kielbasa, brats, hot dogs, hamburgers, the whole bit.
We had hot dogs, hamburgers, potato salad, something we call fluff. It's a dessert thing. Fluff is weird to describe because the ingredients in it doesn't sound like they should go together, but it actually tastes really good. Fluff is Cool Whip, cottage cheese, pineapple, and marshmallow. Sorry, marshmallows.
Oh man, you about had me at mushrooms. I was like, oh,
Marshmallows, not mushrooms. Marshmallows. And then no, that ain't it.
Tastes like a hobo's shit if you put mushrooms in it.
No, marshmallows. And then you put strawberry jello, like not the actual jello, but the packet. You empty it right on top, and it gives it a strawberry taste. It's called fluff.
Nice.
It doesn't taste like it should be good, but it is. Trust me. Just don't screw up and put mushrooms in it.
Yeah, please don't.
That is
bad. It's bad enough they put that shit on pizza.
Hey, mushrooms are delicious.
I'll take pineapples on pizza over mushrooms on pizza.
You're that guy.
I'm that guy.
You don't like mushrooms at all?
It's not that I don't like them. I just don't prefer them.
Did you ever see that? I don't know why this made me think of it, but did you ever see that interview with Seth Rogen when he was talking about the time he did shrooms in Amsterdam?
Yeah.
And it's wet, so they ate it and they ended up in another country.
I'll never do psychedelic drugs in another country.
End up in a whole nother country again.
Yeah.
That would be awful.
That'd be horrifying.
Have you ever seen a band live that isn't together anymore?
Is Three Doors Down still together?
I don't know. I'll have to Google that, actually. I am not sure. I think they are. I thought so, but I ain't seen anything from them lately. According to Google, they are. But I never... Well, they have a new album.
I mean, unless you really want to get serious with it and be like Slayer, but...
True. Have you seen anybody that's dead? Let's go that route.
Ooh. No, I don't think so.
I saw Hell Yeah twice with Vinny. And I've seen... Who else did I see that's dead? The founding member of Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Paul O'Neill.
Really?
Saw him with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I saw Dave Z from Adrenaline Mob.
Right on. That's cool.
He was performing live with TSO.
What's the best live band you've seen?
Best live band, I would have to go with either Iron Maiden or are we going like vocally or just performance?
Just performance, the overall experience.
It's a three-way tie. You got to have Iron Maiden, Rob Zombie, or Alice Cooper.
How about Slipknot?
Slipknot was really good too.
I'd have to go Iron Maiden, dude.
Maiden blew Slipknot out of the water performance-wise.
I mean, Metallica's always got a special spot in my heart, but you know.
So Acid Trip just said, and I'm actually jealous because I didn't know this, he saw Kiss with Eric Carr.
That's cool.
Right? I would have loved to have seen Kiss with Eric Carr.
I would have loved to have seen the original lineup when they were still together.
I would have loved to have been at their, like, when they did that reunion tour in, what, 99 was it? Or was it 97?
Ooh.
I forget what that was.
97, maybe?
But when they did that last good reunion tour, I would have loved to see that. I did get to see Ace, though.
I mean, Tommy Thayer supposedly had to teach Ace how to play his own stuff all over again.
I don't know if that's true, but I would believe it because of Ace's alcoholic tendencies.
Yeah.
When I saw Ace, though, I got to say, I saw Ace, and he was really good. He did have a problem with his guitar, though. He was doing the solo for Detroit Rock City, and he forgot that a fog machine needed to warm up. And he was waiting forever for it to smoke.
Then it smoked at the wrong time.
He was halfway through the solo.
That's some of the funniest shit I've ever heard.
by the speaker. You know, he goes by the speaker and it starts smoking.
Mm-hmm.
He went by the speaker and it didn't start smoking, and he walked away like, what the fuck? And it started smoking. We were wrong. It was 96 when Kiss reunited.
Oh, hey, we were close.
We were very close.
Very close.
I'm weird. Like, I do love Kiss. I do. But I don't think I would pay to see them live now.
Why? Because the whole lip syncing thing?
Allegedly. I would love to, like, it's nothing against Tommy or Eric Singer. They're both really good musicians. And so is Paul and Gene. It's just, I don't know. I think it's just Gene's attitude that ruins it for me.
Yeah.
Like,
the ego is pretty high.
Like, I love the band, but, like, I don't know. Plus, did you hear about all that drama? Not to bring drama or anything up, but did you hear about that drama between Ace and Gene that happened like a couple years ago?
What now?
According to Ace, Gene allegedly sexually assaulted his wife when they were doing that whole vault thing.
Really?
Like, he grabbed her grabbed her and shit. I don't know how true it is. I just read a post. Ace was talking about it.
I mean, I don't even know if I should act like I'm surprised because, I mean, it is Gene we're talking about.
I don't know. Ace, man. That made me realize, I'm like, I don't think I'll ever see Kiss back together in my lifetime.
They were doing that farewell tour, and then like
Acid says that he hasn't seen them in years because the prices are insane. Acid.
Oh yeah, dude.
I don't know if you saw this yet or not, Acid Trip, but Kiss. It's allegedly. I want to say allegedly, but I've seen videos. They're saying they're going out on top, but Paul Stanley lip syncs. There's been videos posted of him singing. He looks away from the microphone and he's still still singing.
Dude, the prices for those VIPs are astronomical, especially if you want one of their signed guitars.
You know,
holy shit.
You know what's bad is, like, I've actually seen Kiss at a festival and I paid cheaper than what people are paying on this tour.
Dude, remember when Metallica headlined at Rock on the Range and we seen them?
Yeah.
And then that was like $150 for the whole weekend. Then you get to one of their solo shows, like headlining shows. They played at PPG Arena, and they wanted I seen tickets going for like $1,500 for the pit.
Damn.
Yeah, like not playing that game.
Festivals are cheaper.
Way cheaper.
I had somebody try to tell me that they jacked up the prices the year Metallica was there. It was the same price the year prior. I paid the same price.
I didn't notice any difference.
I paid the same price. But yeah, Acid, I think, agrees with me. Yeah, Paul's been lip syncing. And it's the reason why, like, Paul's been like really like saying that he isn't and shit. But like a guy that is well known for not really being able to sing like he used to.
I wouldn't want to admit it either.
He's not going to be 100% every night.
Well, no, neither is Ozzy.
At least you know when Ozzy's fucking up.
I mean, Ozzy's not consistent whatsoever.
And
he reads from a teleprompter too.
He can't. I didn't even think he could read. I thought he was like dyslexic.
He's not Floyd Mayweather. He can read.
Oh, I heard somewhere from Ozzy that he can't read or write.
Really?
He's like dyslexic. So he has a teleprompter. Probably has pictures. It's got pictures on it. Shows a piece of iron and a man.
Have you checked out that travel show that him and his kid got together?
Seen it a couple times.
They
have a new season coming out. I don't know when they filmed it, but
I know Lucifer's got a new season coming.
Can't wait. They have 2 new seasons
in August.
Yep. They have the final season and then they have the final season.
Was it like part 1 and part 2 or something?
No, they're releasing 2 new seasons.
2 whole seasons?
2 whole new, from what I've read.
That's cool.
They said this is the final season.
We'll see about that.
I don't. It's like an Aussie farewell tour. We don't know.
A little part of me wants to think that Slayer's going to end up coming back.
Festivals, maybe.
Hmm?
Did you see they're working on a solo project? Not a solo project, but a new project with Phil Anselmo singing?
Yeah, that was a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not.
That'd be weird.
I mean, to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me because Phil does like a million things at one time.
Have you ever listened to Philip H. Anselmo and the Illegals, like their original shit?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's pretty cool.
He got brutal.
I'm not a big fan of Superjoint. Down's pretty awesome though.
Philip Anselmo and the Illegals, he got like really heavy, and it's kind of not like weight wise, but his music got really heavy. And then you're like, this guy's been in music for how long, and now he's getting this heavy?
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, what the hell? Watching them live's funny because he gets that look on his face like he's gonna kick everybody there's ass. He's like,
dude, I remember I was watching Down open up for Black Label Society on the Revolver Golden Gods tour, and that had to have been 2015 ish. And there's these 2 chicks getting into a fight down in the front row. They were both drunk. They were both fucking beating the shit out of each other. And then Phil just stops mid song. He's like, "Cut it." He's like, "Listen, motherfucker, there's going to be no fighting." And then in that really deep bass tone of his. And then like everybody stopped what they were doing and just kind of like looking at each other like, "What? What?"
What the hell?
And then the fighting stopped because like, dude, Phil is loud.
Right? He's like, "Listen here, there's not going to be any fighting."
And that's coming from a guy who wrote 5 Minutes Alone.
That's about
You're going to do what he tells you.
Is that about masturbating?
No.
Are you telling yourself that, or is it really not?
It's this guy tried suing Pantera because this kid came to a show and was heckling him, and then like I guess the crowd got into it and beat the fuck out of this kid. And then the dad was going off about wanting to sue and wanting 5 minutes alone with Phil Anselmo because Phil has a tendency to incite violence at shows. Because he said if he doesn't get a certain reaction out of the crowd, he gets pissed off about it.
You just said Phil. He don't incite violence.
Right. But yeah, so the father was wanting to sue Pantera and said he wanted 5 minutes alone with Phil. So that's how they got the song.
I thought it was about masturbation.
No.
It never lasts that long, right?
Have you ever seen the original artwork for Far Beyond Driven?
No, I have not.
You should look it up. It's pretty funny.
All right. Far Beyond Driven, the original.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Like,
it's pretty good. I think it's better than the original or the artwork they went with.
With the fist? There's one with a fist and holding a chain.
No, that's not a fist. Bring it up.
I can't see it. I gotta make it bigger. Hold on. Because the size it is, it looks like a... I can't see it because it's so damn small. Explain the title to me, the album to me, because I don't feel like looking.
No, for Far Beyond Driven, it's a I think it's a chick or a dude bent over with a drill bit going up his ass.
Oh, that ain't the one I saw. It was like there's one that was like a fist holding chains, and there was a different one, and I couldn't find it. That's funny though. Why didn't they go with it?
Can't market that.
Is it just...
You know what's crazy? They told Exodus their original idea for Bonded by Blood was like a big pile of dismembered body parts. They said that was too extreme, but yet 2 Siamese demon twins ripping each other apart was what they fucking decided on.
Well, did you see that the original final album Lynyrd Skynyrd released together was was them in front of a plane that was on fire and them standing in front of it? And due to how they actually died, they edited the plane out.
That's so stupid.
Ooh, that smell. Is that song about stinky pussy? Is that what that song's about?
Wouldn't surprise me then.
The smell of
Dude.
death surrounds you.
So, what do you think about Live Nation's new policy?
Oh, we discussed this last time. The
Did we?
yeah, you're expected to pay back like a certain amount.
If you can't, I guess if you cancel a gig, they want you to pay back double your guarantee, which is horseshit, and they want you to take a 20% pay cut right off the rip. That's from the top. And then I heard something. I don't know if it's true. So this is allegedly that they want 30% of your merch on top of that too.
That's bullshit. Am I still froze?
You're not now, but you were.
Okay. I was making sure. Oh, by the way, according to Acid Trip, Slayer will be back.
Yeah, more than likely. I mean, bands don't stay retired anymore. If they say they're going to retire, they'll be back in a year or two when they're broke.
In the words of Alice Cooper, he was in an interview and they said to him, they're like, Slayer retired. Are you going to retire? He's like, Slayer? They ain't even that old.
Yeah. You froze again.
Am I still good?
No, you froze again.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
If I'm frozen, you can still hear me. That's fine. As long as you can still hear me. But yeah, Slayer will be back. They're not that old. How old are they? Like in their 50s?
They're mid-50s, yeah, I think.
That ain't that old in music. We've got Ozzy and shit.
Well, that's pretty old when you're playing the style of metal they are.
True. Oh, that song.
Cocaine.
Ooh, that smell. Can't you smell that smell? It's about cocaine. I'm going to use a Bill Clinton quote. I did not try it. I just inhaled.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you think's next? We've got like the killer, this virus.
Do what?
Do you think people are just playing really? We have somebody open up a game of Jumanji. I think we've got this virus. We've got killer hornets. What do you think's next?
I mean, we were pretty close to going through another like really horrible race war.
That's still in the cards. I think Robin Williams should come back.
Yeah.
Robin Williams comes out with a beard.
Yeah, what year is it?
I would record my shows and stream them. They're actually already streaming.
Yeah, they're streaming live, aren't they?
Yeah, they're streaming live right now, and then they go on spot. Oh, he's talking about Slayer.
Oh.
Slayer's going to record their shows and probably just stream them and then sell them to keep profit, probably.
I mean, they could probably make pretty decent money out of that.
So what band do you predict is going to be back together in the next couple of years? Since all these bands are reuniting, like Rage and System, and
honestly, there's a lot more talk about. I don't know if this isn't a band getting back together, but there's a lot more talk now that Vinny's been gone that they're going to do like a Pantera tribute deal.
That'd be cool.
And I think that has a lot more possibility to it than Slayer coming back. And I only say that because the reason why Slayer quit is a pretty honest reason. Tom Mariah just couldn't tour anymore wearing a CPAP machine. I don't blame him because them things are loud and you can't sleep. You're already strung out for being on the road anyways. So that's rough.
Right.
So I get it.
I think, honestly, hear me out on this. I think the next band to reunite, and I see it happening, Mudvayne.
Maybe.
With Vinny gone, they already said, hell yeah, might not even be a thing. They just did this in memory of Vinny. They did
I
this
honestly don't even honestly don't even think it should be a thing because that's always been Vinny's band from day one. So I
Well,
mean, without the dude, then
if we look technically speaking, the band was already formed before Vinny joined. They would just really wanted Vinny to join, and he didn't want to, and they finally got him on board.
yeah.
But I see Mudvayne coming back together. I hope. I would love to see Mudvayne.
I'd like to see Rage Against the Machine and not have to charge astronomical prices for tickets.
Right? Like, what the hell? They're raging against the machine by charging double.
Yeah. No Live Nation. Yeah.
No Live Nation.
That's gonna be the end of rock and roll and metal as we know it. You know that, right? If they keep doing that, if that policy doesn't change,
if that policy doesn't change, we're going to go back to the old days of bands selling tickets and venues selling tickets, and people are going to say "fuck Live Nation."
dude. Like I thought it was gonna fizzle out as fast as that Ticketmaster thing they tried pulling a few months ago or whatever, and that fizzled out in like 3 or 4 days or so because someone tried suing them over it.
Right.
But this thing has been on for like a week and a half. And like I don't think they're gonna back off this.
Is Ticketmaster and Live Nation, are they like partnered in any way?
I don't know. Probably because like Ticketmaster sells tickets to the same venues that Live Nation is in charge of. So
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know this until a year ago. But Ticketmaster and
yeah, I'd enjoy Mudvayne being back. I really would, but maybe
StubHub and Ticketmaster are in cahoots. StubHub will buy up all the tickets and then they sell it double the price and then give them profit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mudvayne would be awesome. What's your favorite Mudvayne album?
I don't really have a favorite.
Me either.
I like all of it, really.
I like their debut album. It was a really solid debut. Do you know how Mudvayne got started? This is an interesting thought.
How's that?
Chad Gray lived 4 states away from the band and they were looking for a singer, and he quit his factory job where he made like $30,000 to $40,000 a year. He quit his job and went to join a band he didn't even know he was going to be in. And they ended up making it.
That's cool.
And Mudvayne they got their big head start when Corey Taylor helped them out. He helped them get signed and shit.
Right on.
Oh, how about that tour we almost had? It was supposed to be, it could still probably happen.
What?
Slipknot, Mushroomhead, Mudvayne, and Gwar.
I'd be so down for that.
All of the masked bands.
Dude, we almost got, I swear, we almost got Iron Maiden and Judas Priest.
That close.
That was so close. We were so close to getting that. But then this pandemic happened. The rest is history.
Yeah, could you imagine, Acid Trip says, could you imagine having to cancel a show and you get paid $10,000 and you have to pay out $40,000?
That's the music business, unfortunately.
Like, what the fuck? Well, what's crazy is a lot of the bands at festivals, if you're not on the main stage, you have to pay to be there.
Yeah, there's a lot of buy-ons for festivals and shit.
Unless you won Battle of the Bands or something.
Yeah, dude, even that, you got to spend money to make it because you got to get to the tryout or the competitions and stuff.
Because they don't start paying for shit until you've won.
Yeah, so like everything before that's out of pocket.
It's crazy. Like the music world's weird. Because whatever happened to just bands showing up and getting paid to be there?
It's called, they used to pay bands a shit ton of money, and then they figured out a way how not to do that anymore. So now they don't want to ever again.
Well, a lot of people are blaming it on streaming because people aren't making money off record sales anymore. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's why record executives are still signing people and wanting 360 deals. So the record company will get money off of their album sales and their merch, everything. Yep. That's why they call it a 360 deal, because they get money out of every avenue the band can get.
Mm-hmm.
They still get their cut first.
And at this point in the game, does bands really need record labels?
I don't think they do. I mean, look at Byzantine. They made it without a label.
Like the label's supposed to promote, and I had a friend tell me one time that the label that he signed with won't even promote them.
Yeah.
So
It's a big waste of money sometimes.
Like, what the fuck's the deal? That would
like, dude, me and Songs of Silence, we had a manager and stuff, and booked a whole bunch of shows that ended up fizzling out and canceling, and I mean, we were still out all that money. So
I was there for that.
yeah, you were.
Hey, that wasn't my plan. I didn't.
No, that wasn't. But that cost a lot of money for hardly any results.
Right.
We could have done that, or dude, we could have fucked that all up for ourselves on our own. We didn't need any help, and we damn sure didn't have to pay to do it.
So, do you guys plan on staying without a record label since there's really no reason to have one?
I mean, for now, yeah. I mean, unless someone comes along who's like, "Hey, man, we really dig it," and then actually, put their money where their mouths are.
Because any more record labels are just promotion. It's not really about records anymore.
Dude, that wasn't even promotion, really. I mean, yeah, we got Rattlesnake Cables is endorsing us, and they're a really great company. And that's not just me saying it, but like they literally have the best cables I've ever owned.
So we need to get an endorsement from Preparation H.
Oh God.
Pink Sock Podcast endorsed by Preparation H.
I mean, we are getting old. Yeah, well, 360 deals are criminal.
It's very criminal.
Yeah. On top of that 360 deal, they're also going to want to own the rights to all your music that you'll have to buy back later when it's your shit to begin with. Like this music business is completely horrible for anybody getting into it.
I had a friend that had to spend money that he didn't have because he didn't get paid to release the music to buy his own shit back.
Yeah. I mean, look at Metallica. Dude, Metallica just came out with Blackened Records, which is their own record company, and they just, in the past 15 years, was able to buy back their music. And that's Metallica.
Right?
It's just it's a losing game.
I don't get it. I'm wondering how much it would cost to buy all of Buckethead's music.
I mean, you have to factor in royalties. Like that all goes into it. So
the reason why I say that, I don't know if you know this or not, Tony, but Buckethead, it was kind of a joke. Buckethead has over 1,000 albums. He released 300 albums in 1 year once.
Dude, he's like me and Dave. He just sits there and does nothing but write music all the time.
Mm-hmm. He's instrumental, so he can get away with it.
Yeah.
He don't need to come up with lyrics or anything. He just
does it all on his own.
Yeah. With a KFC bucket on his head and a white mask.
Yeah, but like I don't try to get hung up on it. I don't even care. It's in the past about the whole management thing. But like honestly, if you could do all of this stuff yourself and still have decent turnouts and everything else, and you're still able to do your promotion on your own and everything else, there is absolutely no reason to sign up with a management company or a record label unless they're truly offering you something you cannot achieve on your own.
Like a world tour or something.
Yeah. Or, big sign-on bonus or, distribution, which is really hard to do. I mean, we got DistroKid, so, like, they do a lot of the heavy lifting for us because they got it on all the streaming services. We didn't have to pay a dime.
Yeah, Buckethead has over 1,000 albums, Acid. But yeah,
it's ridiculous.
But yeah, hey, Danielle just joined us.
That took you long enough.
Yeah, she's behind in the times. She's probably watching our episode from last week. but yeah, like I don't know. There's the record company is good for like promoting. They're good for like touring. Like for touring packages and shit, but other than that,
Yeah, I mean, Byzantine did it all on their own. They were signed to Prosthetic Records, and they were on there with Lamb of God in the early days, and then they left, and then they had a hiatus, and then they came back and basically crowdfunded the entire project, and now they got back and they did it all on their own, and then they finally got signed to Metal Blade, and they've been taking care of them, except for I don't really hear much out of that camp anymore. So, but then the pandemic happened, and then it really put everybody's stuff on the back burner.
If I'm not mistaken, they were signed to a record company, but I think Guar made it on their own too. Guar has the Slate Pit Inc., and they used to spend so much money in their live shows, they wouldn't make much money on their own.
Yeah, just like Maiden.
Yeah.
They put like 90% of their profits back into their live show, and it shows.
Right. Well, I guess I don't know how true this is, but Dave Brocky said in an interview that he lived in a trailer because he didn't make a whole lot of money off of the touring thing. Danielle's just time traveling. She's also a puppy. Do you see that? She's a puppy dog. Hey, Liz is joining us. This Liz, as you can tell, she's Ryan Roxy. No, she's a big Ryan Roxy fan. So hi Liz, thanks for joining. We're just talking music, and we're actually really worn out from 4th of July. So I apologize if we are not our normal selves. We're stuffed on hot dogs and burgers and cheese.
Yeah, it's been a rough weekend.
Next week, we do have Rocky Johnson, not the father of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. We have Rocky Johnson, the bass player of Shrouded in Neglect.
That ought to be interesting.
Right, and also, after that episode, we're doing a time change.
What did we decide on?
I was thinking Saturdays at noon, Eastern Standard Time.
Saturdays at noon? Yeah, that works.
I am wearing my Twins of Evil shirt, Liz, and actually, I have the other one. I saw them on both Twins of Evil tours. Go check out Psalms of Silence, the shirt that he's wearing over there. They're all right. They can be dicks sometimes, but no.
I mean, we're pretty mediocre jazz metal.
They are. They're. Do you like Frank Zappa? Because they sound just like Frank Zappa, but a little different. They sound a lot different.
We wrote a new tune and we're going to play it in drop A, I think, just to piss our bass player off.
You do shit just to piss him off. That's the only reason you exist.
He's the one that wanted to play on a 6-string bass, so.
Liz is jealous because I got to see the Twins of Evil tour. You weren't missing much. Rob Zombie both times was amazing. Manson, can't say much about him.
Not so much.
No,
not so much. Much.
When I saw Manson performing with Alice, he threw cocaine into the crowd. Like a bag of coke. Just boop.
I mean, that would have been nice to catch.
I wasn't even in the crowd. I just heard people talking about it. because my girlfriend of the time, this was like 5 years ago. My girlfriend of the time didn't want to be in the crowd, and she told me I could stay in the crowd, but I'm a nice person, so I went and made sure she was all right, and then I just couldn't make it back.
I think you froze again, buddy.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. This damn internet shit's crazy.
It's pretty bad.
Freezing and stuff. So like next week's gonna be wild because Rocky is something else.
It's pretty crazy. You got to be in that. You have to be crazy to be in that band, though.
Right? Everybody heard. Well, not everybody, but people that have saw the episode with Nate. Yeah, we talked about eating Fruit Loops out of women's buttholes.
He shared me the video the other day.
He showed me too, and it wasn't that bad. It actually looked delicious. Would you have, Tony? Would you have eaten Fruit Loops out of a woman's butthole?
That's a hard pass, man.
Why? Do you not like Fruit Loops? We can do like Cocoa Pebbles.
Maybe if it's Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so Danielle is listening to us live on her wall, on her TV, through the
It's
switch.
horrible.
So all she's hearing is eating Fruit Loops out of a woman's butt.
Jennifer Lawrence's.
Betty White for me. I would eat Fruit Loops out of Betty White's butthole.
That's nasty.
We just went from like talking music to Howard Stern really quickly.
If she asked me to, I would out of respect, but I wouldn't take initiative to do it.
Okay, but at least you have a Arby's melt right next to it that you could eat on.
Grilled cheese.
Ooh, I'm glad you had fun, Acid. Our shows go from 0 to like 100 real quick, and then we go right back to normal, I think.
What's normal?
I don't know. Don't you hate it when like you're picking your nose and you pull out like one that's like that long? Like that fucking long? Yeah.
Feels like you're picking your brainstem.
Yeah, you're like, and you just keep like pulling it out of your nose like a fucking clown with like napkins. And you're just, I love how people that are listening to this on stream is like, what the hell are they talking about? But we're pulling.
Dude, all right. So real quick, I think one last topic to talk about. When do you think, given our certain circumstances, it would be safe to start doing live shows again?
Personally, I think we would be safe. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to like say for sure, but I would say when COVID-19 cases are low, not high like they currently are. Once they start lowering and once more people have the antibodies and once we have a cure for it, something that would help with it, then yeah, go to concerts. I don't think we'll be ready for it until I saw an article on TV. Well, I saw a news article on television that said that we might not even have the right cure for it tested until winter. So we might not be looking at concerts until February.
I mean, that Megadeth tour that me and you were supposed to go to is canceled until next year. So
I think if we're judging based on how pandemics normally are, they usually are at their worst for like maybe 5 to 6 months from what I've seen.
Yeah, but that's also given the fact that like everybody plays by the rules and nobody is anymore.
Right.
So it's just making the situation worse. And like there's bands around that are like trying to get shows together in like August and September and stuff. And I'm like, dude, trust me, I miss playing shows more than anybody. Trust me, I get it.
But the health and safety of your audience is more important. Like,
yeah, and I almost feel like it's not really a good thing to do until maybe we have the vaccine, because I don't want to make anybody, risk getting sick. And
well, so many people think the world's out to get them that they won't get the vaccine. They think it's a microchip that will follow you around or whatever. I don't know.
Just inject disinfectant. You'll be fine. That's what they keep telling us.
I think it would work. Not to mention any names, but I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
So I looked up blue waffle on Urban Dictionary earlier, and it says like, don't fucking look it up. But right below it is double texting. How is double texting in blue waffle? But anyway, the whole idea of bringing back concerts. Did you hear about their idea for how they're going to do it?
I heard there's certain venues opening up with like social distancing.
They're social distancing venues, and by the looks of it, those like handicap ramps they have with like the seats on it and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a bunch of those.
Yeah, but I also heard that was only for like country and pop bands mostly. So I don't know.
I think honestly, Acid Trip's like spring, summer next year is when he thinks it'll happen.
Probably, and that sucks, man. But like I put it like this: we've already got stuff for album number 2. and me and Dave are already working on stuff for album number 3. We haven't even freaking recorded album 2 yet. So like we could come out next year and be like, oh yeah, by the way, we got album 2 and 3
coming. No,
it's
what
a double CD release, buddy.
I think people are so like, we need to have fun. We need to do this. Make good things out of a bad situation. Make things happen. It doesn't have to be like go out in public and do shit. We're doing a podcast right now, and we really shouldn't be able to do one, but due to modern day technology, here we are talking about pink socks and eating Fruit Loops out of assholes. I don't think we should have a podcast, but we do. Do you think we're going to get like a fuck ton of music out of this? Like we're going to get like 3 Lamb of God albums, 4 new Ozzy albums.
I mean, we're finally going to get the Exodus record.
Did you hear what Ozzy said? He's already working on his another album, and he just released that one.
I mean, you got the time. Look what me and Dave are doing. We're going to album number 3, so we're just going to keep writing stuff.
I actually got really nervous because I'm like, this might be what takes Ozzy and Keith Richards from us.
No, I doubt it. Keith Richards is not going to get killed by a virus named after a shitty beer. It's just not going to happen.
I think Keith has found the cure for everything. Like it lies within his nose. That's it. That's
I know us sitting in the heat yesterday took years off my life.
That is true. Dawkins is playing a show on July 17th.
Yeah, but let's be fair. Are they going to be playing to a lot of people?
It's Dawkins, but here's the downfall. They probably will, because playing with them for the first time in like 20 years is George Lynch.
I'd like to see it, but I'd like to see them at like the end of a tour, not in the beginning, because George Lynch doesn't practice his instrument. So I'd rather see him when he's warmed up.
Well, I wouldn't risk my life to see Dawkins. Let's be honest. Like, there's only been, Acid. Let me refrain here. Let me go back. There is 200 Buckethead albums, but he has different anthologies of albums. Therefore, he has thousands of albums. You know, some bands have like the anthology, and then they release like 40 albums under the anthology, but they don't include it in their album list. That's what he has.
Yeah, I think it's really irresponsible, if that's the word, to do shows early. Right. I mean, I'm just gonna take the cue from the touring bands to where, like, if Megadeth isn't gonna play a show until next year, then I'll just wait, because like they obviously know that it's not safe, so they're not gonna play if it isn't.
What's bad is a lot of people are not making good out of a bad situation, which you should be able to do. Like I've said, like there's people that are able to communicate now with their fans that they haven't been able to due to touring. Like I've seen that Ryan Roxy, he does live streams more often now, and he's able to actually talk to people. When on the road, he wasn't able to do it that much.
Right.
Like, people need to do that and make the best out of a bad situation. And I don't see a lot of musicians now. I could be wrong. I'm not on Instagram a whole lot looking for live streams, but I haven't seen a lot of people doing that.
No, and we were going to, but everybody's work schedule has been kind of crazy here lately. So
we still need to do a live stream concert.
We want to do it. It's just getting everybody's schedules on the right track
and figuring out the volume levels. Because that shit gets
loud. This is true.
That shit. What's the loudest band you've seen? I know you said that's the final topic, but fuck it, let's do this.
Loudest band?
Ministry. Ministry wasn't the loudest for me, shockingly.
No.
Loudest for me. Do you want a good loud or like a bad loud?
I mean, bad loud.
A good loud or a bad? Motley Crue.
Oh, Alvin and the
When
Chipmunk vocals.
No. The first time I saw them, I could have sworn his microphone was off because all I heard was really loud guitar riff and no vocals. And then
That's good.
Second time I saw them was really loud guitar with vocals.
So I guess Acid said he meant he will release 200 new albums during these times.
Oh my God, he would. Buckethead
I
would
mean,
he's probably already working on them. He has a rare heart condition though, I guess, or he could die any day now. And
that's rough.
he's still releasing albums.
Why not?
Why let it stop you? Frank Zappa, I think, had like 800 albums when he died or something like that. Something crazy.
Dude, Tupac's been dead since '94 and he's still putting out shit. So,
did you know that Chris Farley kept releasing movies after he died?
what movies?
He was, I believe, Airheads. He was an extra in it. He played like a cop, and that was released after he died. He was also in Almost Heroes, which was released after he died.
Really?
Yeah, he was also in what else was released after he died? Billy Madison. He played the bus driver. That was released after he died.
Was it really?
I do believe so.
Hmm.
Let me look it up because I could be wrong on that one. Billy Madison was released when he was still alive. He died in what, 97?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was released when he was still alive. I was wrong. What movies was released after he died then? Hold on. I know there was like 3 or 4 of them. He was in Beverly Hills Ninja, but it came out right before he died. Almost Heroes came out after he died. Dirty Work. Airheads came out while he was still alive.
Okay, yeah.
He was also supposed to be in Shrek. He was supposed to be in Shrek.
He was supposed to be Shrek, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. And it was almost done.
That's sad.
He was also supposed to be in a Fatty Arbuckle biopic.
I bet you if Robin Williams was still alive, he would have played a cameo in the new Jumanji movies.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be a main star, but he'd be a cameo.
Oh, he'd definitely be a cameo.
I miss Robin. I really do. Like,
that was a heavy hit, man.
It hurt. That's one of the deaths recently that really hurt. Like, and that was what, 5 years ago now?
It's been a long time.
Like, it's still like, and
Chester passing away.
I kind of wish like Jim Carrey would make more movies. Speaking of comedic actors and shit.
Yeah, that'd be cool. They're supposed to be doing another Ace Ventura or something.
I guess. Yeah, his last movie was Almost Heroes, but he was also in Dirty Work. He was an extra. Dirty Work and Almost Heroes came out at the same time. He was uncredited though. But could you imagine if that kept happening? Chris Farley kept showing up in movies like a Tupac.
I mean, it doesn't take nothing to shoot one scene and then like them sit it in the back burner for a while for a future movie.
Well, I guess Stan Lee, I think they did the last one recently, but he did a lot of cameos before he died because he knew it was coming.
Like you remember hearing something about like we're finally getting the Zack Snyder cut for BVS or no Justice League.
No, I did not know.
Yeah, we're getting the Zack Snyder cut. So like we're getting basically an entirely different movie.
Could you imagine though? Just a thought, not to change the subject on that, but with the way technology is now, do you think we will end up with like actors that are dead cameoing in movies?
I mean, CGI's. I mean, if you look at what the CGI did for Star Wars here in the last couple of movies, I mean,
with Tarkin,
sure,
Tarkin's been dead for like 30 years, and he was in it.
They did a really young Princess Leia too.
Mm-hmm. Would you pay to see a movie though that has like a dead actor in it?
I mean, it depends on the movie.
If it's a cameo but not a main role,
Sure.
because it'd be cool. Did you hear about the Robin Williams actually threw out an idea for Mrs. Doubtfire 2, but they shot it down because it was too morbid?
Morbid?
His idea was to have it be Mrs. Doubtfire stalks his kid at college. Like he's stalking his kid at college as Mrs. Doubtfire. And they didn't like that idea, so they scrapped it.
I wouldn't do that movie either.
It sounds more like a Back to School, kind of like the Rodney Dangerfield Back to School. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen this yet or not, Tony, but Mr. Rogers has a TV show on Showtime. He plays a Mr. Rogers type guy. It's called Kidding.
Not for kids.
It's called Kidding. It's not for kids. It's about his character is going through like a crisis in his life, and he's trying to bring it to the TV show, the kids show, and the guys are fighting him with it. And yeah, it's wild. It's funny, but it's fucking crazy.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. I have to watch it.
It's on Showtime. I was told to check out this documentary. I ain't seen it yet, but it's on Hulu. It's called Red Dog.
Red Dog.
I was told that it's crazier than Tiger King.
How do you get crazier than that?
This guy who is I think 70s rock star, his mom was a stripper for this strip club called Red Dog. And she finally broke her silence and did an interview and told her son exactly what went on at Red Dog. And this documentary about this strip club.
Dude, that is not even nowhere near as crazy as a gay man running for president and owning tigers.
I don't know. I've never seen it. That's just what I get the idea of what it's about. It could be crazier. I don't know. Because Tiger King was brought to me with the description of it's this gay guy that owns tigers. I'm like, it's not that crazy. And then I fucking watched it. And I'm like,
those people are real.
Have you seen the Amazing Jonathan documentary yet?
No.
You need to.
I'll probably get around to watching it at some point.
Amazing Jonathan tries to get this director to smoke meth with him. It's fucking wild. But yeah, concerts will be coming back probably next year.
More than likely. I mean, we'll see.
It depends on how the virus goes. We don't know.
Yeah, you hear old Cheeto Mussolini was saying that the vaccine's supposed to be here by Christmas. And all the scientists are like, we don't back that at all. We might not even have it by
then. Maybe not. Maybe. We shall see. We're Americans. We do not follow science.
No.
That is not the American way.
We are not a species made to last.
But I'm probably going to cut this off here soon because we both need to sleep off the burgers and you probably need to sleep off the whiskey from last night.
Dude, I smell like sweat and sulfur.
Oh, so no change.
Basically, none.
It's the same smell. I was honestly like sitting there and I'm like, it's like 7:30 and I can't get out of bed because I was going to take a nap.
No, dude, like we camped out in the backyard at Rick's place and like we slept outside. I didn't have an air mattress or nothing. We just roughed it. I woke up the next morning. I think I fell asleep on a fucking tree root on the side of a hill. And I'm not feeling it today.
I bet you're laying in bed where none of the magic happens.
Yeah, none of it.
You're the kind of guy to finger your prostate to Fergie. I know you.
ABBA.
ABBA's a good band to do it too.
And I like to drink margaritas while I listen to Katy Perry's Firework because that's how I roll.
Dancing Queen, tickle that prostate. You can come. You can come. Tickle that prostate now.
It's horrible.
I know it is. But yeah, guys, go check out no concerts this year because we're not allowed having those. But yeah, go check out all the sponsors at the beginning of the video. Me and Tony is going to go out and sleep off all this shit. No problem, Acid. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you feel that subscribing was worth it. We are a little fucking tired because of the 4th. So we're probably going to sleep after this, maybe. I might go for a walk. I don't... But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for everybody that's listening to us on the streams. Watch us live because there's a lot of visuals. If anything we said offends you, we're not sorry. Don't take life too seriously. Nobody makes it out alive anyway. I love everyone. I love my mom. No, but later. And everybody, enjoy yourselves. Have a good time and smile and laugh. And we're out.